Hello, everyone, and welcome on into episode 55 of Power Rangers CyberStrike. I am, of course, your host, Twitch the Person, and in a moment we will be unmuting and introducing the cast and recapping the last episode of Power Rangers CyberStrike. So, without further ado, let's introduce our cast. Good evening, good afternoon, everyone. We are live. How is everybody today?
Doing excellent. How are you all doing today?
Fantastic. So, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the cast of Power Rangers CyberStrike. Playing the role of Captain Marika Hammond, CyberStrike Red Ranger, we have Chocolate Zombie.
Hello.
Playing the role of Arrow, the CyberStrike Yellow Ranger, we have Cryptic Cyajin.
So, Nova, apparently there are other Rangers. There's this thing called Isekai Anime. Really should look into that.
I hate every word that just came out of your mouth. Playing the role of Nova, the CyberStrike Blue Ranger, we have DeLuna 13.
Look, I'm sorry that sounds interesting and all, but why the fuck are you here, Uncle?
Playing the role of CyberStrike Green Ranger, we have the internet, Mr. Hardluck.
That would be me.
Playing the role of CyberStrike Phantom Black Ranger Dwayne Caruso and our resident cat alien man, we have Oroso06.
Meow.
And rounding out the team, we have our actual turret on legs. The Alpha Sentinel Orchid, CyberStrike Proto Ranger, Dynamo Tom. And as I said before, I am Twitch the Person. I'm your Game Master, Grid Master, Dungeon Master, and all-around god for this crazy tabletop campaign that I dreamt up one night after watching many Power Rangers stuff. So, on the last episode of Power Rangers CyberStrike, the Rangers successfully fended off a three-way dance of sorts between themselves and a medical convoy that came under attack by none other than General Vendrick, the machine overlord, and Trek, the Psycho Green Ranger, who they hadn't seen since their battle on the unnamed planet 2 months ago. During this battle, an unknown ship to Vendrick's and Trek, by any means, flew over the battlefield and landed, positing some planet Syrian mercenaries, very much in this the same species that of Doggy Kruger, the dog-like anthropomorphic race. And it was revealed that Dane, the mercenary / bounty hunter, had come to the planet for his own ends and appeared to complete whatever mission it was that he had done and subsequently had betrayed the machine empire / Trek on planet Kelvis. It turns out he had leaked the information and then turned on his allies for whatever reason. After fending off both Dane and the insurgents, causing Trek and Vendrick to flee the battlefield, the Rangers took the caravan in the Phantom dropship back to what is now basically their temporary base of operations, the secret off-grid SPD base that they were sent to the planet to find in the first place. Upon coming back to the base, the individuals that they saved were taken to the up and running med bay, and it appeared that most of the damage to the base had been cleared away as best they could, and most of the parts were fully functioning. It were, there was plenty of food there, plenty of supplies, and that is what the medical staff and the injured soldiers and whatever other soldiers that were a part of that medical convoy did. The Rangers, deciding that they needed to get on with their mission at the behest of Professor Daxian, decided to go down the turbo lift, the underground to the off-grid underground sections, whilst Professor Daxian and Orchid went to assess the damage that may have been done to Orchid from the previous battle. It was found that Orchid's morphing code had been copied and taken away, and also an attempt to take some other things, but it was failed. Also, the Rangers entered what seemed to be a giant hangar of sorts, only to be confronted by none other than Maxis, Nova's uncle. How did he get here? We will find out on this episode of Power Rangers CyberStrike. Sorry for the lengthy overview, but a lot happened last session. So, first things first. What scene would you like to start with? Would you like to start with Daxian and Orchid, or would you like to pick up straight from the hangar bay?
We kind of did Orchid scene last time, right? So let's just go to the hangar bay.
We did, but there's some other things that come out like that.
I think the cliffhanger was the hangar bay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hangar bay cliffhanger.
Okay. So we can. So you've all entered the hangar bay like that. Everyone. Did I make you roll last session for perception? Yes, it did. So you've gone in. You can see that there's a lot in this hangar bay currently. Roll like that from your brief guess like that. It looks like a lot of it's been stripped for parts as well, like that. It's been like that, but meticulously done. But yeah, up on one of the gantries, you see Maxis in this, kind of half-functioning hangar. You don't know how he got there, because for all you know, this is an off-grid base. What do you...
Is there like any ambience being played, or is it just...
there should be, but aha, we do tech things here, of course, because why wouldn't it be? Atmosphere. Sounds. It should be. It's still not playing. Sorry if you can hear anything in the background.
Just give it a minute. Oh, something's playing.
There we go. Strange. There we go. Right, so what was I saying? Yes. What are all your reactions as I also switch the right scene on OBS? I'm functioning at like 50% today, so
I'm going Maxis. What?
yeah, they're probably wondering how I'm even.
Among other things, yes.
Well, and he starts making his way down, and then he kind of shouts out. He says, "It's all right, my nephew and the Rangers." And then, as he comes down the ladder, all of a sudden you start seeing other personnel in Kelvis base, Kelvis base personnel coming out from certain hidden parts around the hangar. You see a few of the engineers, you see a couple of soldiers, you see a couple of communications staff. So,
did Kruger know about this?
Well, half yes, half no. You see, once the base was shut down, a contingent of SPD operatives were sent to make sure that no one ever found it. Started off as just myself and a few others, and, well, you had to let more and more people in on the secret.
Well, I mean, if you're not opposed to it, I mean, we probably have a few more hands upstairs that probably could give you a hand down here.
It's not what's going on down here. And he looks, and as he looks around, and he just then shouts out, "It's like, have you found the power capacitors yet?" One of the engineers shouts back. He's like, "We're current," and he's like, "We're fixing the line." Somewhere from further off in the hangar. And Max just kind of turns around and he wipes his brow and he's like, "So, I've got a couple of questions. I'm sure you've got a couple of questions. Where's the professor?"
Upstairs at the moment. He's on the comms. Well, with Orchid as well.
Are you two gonna stay morph like that, or?
No, I was morphed because there was a ping of grid energy, so.
Yeah. That's probably to do with that. And he points over further back in the this got really ominous, this music did.
Yeah, it did.
I mean, it kind of fits.
Yeah. Turn that down a little bit. As you look further off like that, you see standing kind of like a heart, almost like a I wouldn't say heart, but like an exoskeleton frame, and like that, and a kind of like a partially built, what looks like a Megazord. It's got one completed arm, and at the end of the arm, you see, rather than like a fist, there's a minigun on the end of it. But the rest of it seems to be like either it's like quarter built, or looks like you can't tell whether it's been stripped or it's currently in the process of being built.
So I have questions about that.
You can ask away. That's probably the
Working on a secret project again, aren't we?
This base was originally constructed to aid the Astro Rangers. What you're looking at over there is what was going to be called the Delta Megaship. It was meant to work and function alongside the Astro Megaship. Unfortunately, we never got around to completing it before Kelvis came under attack. So it's probably giving off residual grid energy because very much operated under the same powers of the asteroid. I'm guessing that's how you found your way down here.
You'd be
Yes.
correct.
Yep.
Well, you've got nothing to worry about. This place is as secure as can be. Nothing can get in or out. Not unless you know how, anyway. And as he says that, everything around you kind of whirs to life. He goes, there we go, that's better, now we can see. And amongst everything else in the hangar, you can see a bunch of other, like, things that are being built or have been built or were in the process of being built. Or, as I've said, looks as if they've been stripped for tech and parts. You see aircraft, you see land tanks, medical convoys, and the such. And another area that seems to be locked off and, labeled with a big stylized logo on it.
Do we recognize this logo?
Only one of you would.
I was up as like, would Nova recognize this logo?
Nova would 100% recognize that logo.
Above game, I'm gonna guess it's the Megaship logo.
It is not a Megaship logo. But it is a logo of something Nova designed plans for a long time ago.
Oh. Wait. Uncle Maxis, you taught me above all else to recognize your own work. That's what I think it is, isn't it?
Well, that was going to be part of another phase of work, the early stages of Professor Daxian's program, which I can see has been fulfilled to a certain degree. I must say I was shocked to find out that the Cyberzords had been completed. Still, it's good to see. And yes, that was something that I had put forward after the fall of Chaos 35. But not even I know what's inside that place, so and I can't open it anyway. No one can.
Why not?
No one knows. Doesn't seem to be able to.
Immediately, Nova's gonna start walking forward.
Yeah. As you walk forward, you see a bunch of.
I would say if you want to get there quicker, like Dwayne can jump you over.
I mean, there's literally like it's a straight shot to like the back of the hangar. And now that it's all lit up and everything, you can see like it's like this. It's huge. You're like, God damn, what is all this? Like, it's like, what the hell?
This is even bigger than Kelva space.
List about them. That one will actually probably play on repeat. Repeat, not repeat. Ugh. Words are hard. Replete. Oh. But yeah, it's a straight shot over, and as you're walking over Nova, you see a bunch of like you see there's more people here than you actually recognize. There's actually some people who are injured, who are being treated by medical staff. There. Then there's right at the back, behind the Delta Megazord platform, you see this giant circular, it's almost like a vault door. Like, and it's slightly ajar. And that's where you see a bunch of people carrying out supplies and stuff. As you make your way to this locked, for lack of a better word, other vault.
Can I roll something to see if he could try to open it?
Yeah, you can roll an alertness check. Alertness perception, I'll give you that.
Forgive me. But you should know would be better than to not tell me I can't do something.
21.
That is a 21.
So you walk up to it, and it is just, it looks like it's just like a closed off sector of the hangar, like it was purposely like constructed to conceal whatever's inside. For all intents and purposes, there is no indication of any way to open it or unlock it. There doesn't seem to be anything there. But there is a logo on it. There's actually a second logo. There's the Telltale CyberStrike logo on it. And there's also that small stylized F.
Maxis, are the comms working down here?
They should be. Oh, anyway.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Dwayne?
Quite possibly. Let me get Daxian on the phone.
Above game, the first thing I thought of was immediately, okay, so this is where they were, like, this is why Vegix needed the morph stuff.
Quite possibly. Yeah, Daxian, you there?
The communication post like that. Ah, yes, Dwayne. It seems you've established communications down there. Well done.
Well, not us exactly. You better get down here as quick as you can. There's a whole lot of stuff you need to see.
Right. Well, we've just received 2 more medical convoys. They've managed to find their way here. It seems the emergency call we put out went. I'll be down as soon as I'm finished up here.
No, I mean like now, as in like CyberStrike research now.
Yeah, no, Professor, like, you guys need to get down here quick.
It's okay. We will be down shortly.
Trust me, it's worth it.
And the comm go dead. Yeah, as you're waiting for Professor Daxian, is there anything else any of you want to say and or do?
Nova is going to be looking for any possibility of, like, getting, like, either connecting his tablet or, like, using his morphine energy. Or, like, he's going to try to look for a way to open this damn door.
There is... It doesn't even look like a door. It just looks like a giant sealed-off structure that is keeping something in or keeping people out of, but there is absolutely nothing to access it, you can see. Okay, then we will flash up to Daxian as he puts the communicator down. He turns to back in the med bay, there's a stream of other personnel being funneled in. Zora and Trey, or the 3 Treys, I should say, are helping them through. There are certain high-ranking individuals from Kelvis base, like that. A couple of our medical staff, but it's quickly filling up in this this little holdout base that you've got yourselves in. And Daxian kind of turns to look at Orchid. It says, "CyberStrike research." Possibly wonder what they mean, but I guess we should probably go down, Orchid. From what I can see, everything else seems fine. There was nothing else taken other than the morphing code. And with the new firmware update that we've installed, the next time anyone in Machine Empire tries to get into your systems, then turnabout is fair play, my girl. In fact, if my calculations are correct, if Venject, or any of the Machine Empire try, you will gain access to the Machine Empire Hive Code.
Understood.
Then,
Though, with how it felt, I would rather that not be the case.
that is why I've also installed the other program. Should it happen again, you need only activate it, and then, again, if my calculations are correct, you'll send a virus to the immediate area. It will shut down most, if not all, Machine Empire soldiers in the immediate area. I will not let them hurt you.
Cam just looking down at their hands, doing the squeezy thing.
Thank you.
We will have time to figure out what it is they wanted the morphing code for. Why specifically yours? Even I don't fully understand it. It's impossible for them to comprehend anything. Kind of says that with a sort of like certain pride in his voice.
Could it just be the delusions of Venjix?
Well, Venjix, and he says this as he's leading you out of the thing. Well, from files we have told, Venjix does have an unnatural obsession with the morphing grid. Probably explains why he's working with that traitor. My brother once told me that during the early days of the Machine Empire's rise, he came looking for the powers of the Masked Rider. Of course, it was impossible for him to even get near Prince Dex. He was only a boy at the time. Still, for a machine, he really does have an unhealthy obsession with things that he deems interesting.
I am curious, are the powers of the Masked Rider linked to the morphing grid or to what you intended for me and my ilk?
Well, originally we tried to link the powers of the Masked Rider to a single alpha unit, or the idea to make a full squad and imbue them with the power of the grid. It is of my understanding, as my research has gone through my life, that the power of the Masked Rider is somewhat connected to the morphing grid, if in a different way. almost as if using the power crystals as a conduit of funneling the energy and transforming it in a way. But I've never been able to prove anything conclusive. It also appears that the power of the Masked Rider is specifically... Yes, indeed. And it also seems the powers of the Masked Rider is specifically linked to the Edenite race. Hence why it has been passed down the royal family for years.
You can see, like, visible thinking going on, but following along.
All this is
like,
being said whilst...
stuff to ponder.
Yeah. All this is being said whilst you are walking, and then they come... You both come to the turbo lift. It's like, I see this is where we probably must go down. And
this is the turbo lift we unlocked before. This should lead us to the floors that are not on the maps.
More and more curious as it is. Just what were they doing here? Still.
They were definitely up to things that they did not want anyone to know about for the lengths they went to hide it away.
That is true, my dear. Well, we should probably go. As you both step into the turbo lift, they go up and they come back down. I will say though, Orchid, there are a few files I found within your system while we were running those diagnostics. They would seem to be redacted.
Oh god, Orchid's got spyware.
The dates coincide with the videos we pulled from that alpha unit you recovered on Smilodium. Oh, my computer's not liking something. Sorry. Sorry, one sec. My computer is saying things and it shouldn't be. Oh wait. Sorry, continue.
D1's featuring Aura and the other units.
Yes, but it wasn't labeled in Oren's usual ways than when we worked together. Do the names Essex and Toluca mean anything to you?
They were his assistants. They were the ones who spent most of the time with us while he was trying to figure things out.
I see. It seems there are some encrypted files buried within your... Actually quite ingenious. If they were hiding something, they had it completely within your code, but it's fractured, fragmented. It take months to try and put pieces together, and even then I think we'd only get half of what the files say. I've never heard the names Cassis and Toluca. They were not assistants when I was working with Oren. We should probably look in...
I can remember that most of my time was spent with them. They were even the ones that gave us our names.
Ah, I see. Well, they did appear to get a lot of things right, or what happened. You do not know of their whereabouts now?
Ever since waking up, the first thing I have done, and that I still do, is try to find information on them and Oren. And I find nothing. Now, from the alpha footage that we found, there is more going on that I cannot even remember.
Plaguing my mind, Orchid. Oren was not one to talk about in the shadows. Still,
The only thing I know since waking up was that I was different than I remember. But with no logical conclusion as to why, I have just summed it up to part of what I do not remember. And like I have been scrolling all the information we can find.
yes. Well, in many ways, you are the result of a partial success on my part and a partial success on Oren's part. And then so much more. But the more I look into what Oren was doing, the more questions I find. I'm starting to believe that I have been kept out of the loop on many things. Here we are. As the turbo lift comes to an end, opens up, and you walk in, instantly met with the scene of your allies with Maxis and a giant hangar of what looks like people, or looks like other Kelvis base operatives. As Daxian steps out
I'll
to
take
eat.
him a room, but I've been given a lot of food for thought, so I'm still just kind of just autopilot-ish following along.
Yeah. As Daxian steps out, and looks on and he goes, what? I don't understand.
Ah, there's
Yeah,
the
that's-
professor. Down here.
Yeah, that's happened a lot.
Rangers, what is all this? And Maxis, how are you? This is an off-grid SPD base. Not even I knew about it.
And you didn't know about this. Nova points put thumbs behind him, showing the logo.
No, I. And at this point, Maxis puts his hands up and says, "All right, so I can explain. Now, I don't know why Kruger's done send you down here looking for this place. All I know is that originally, this base was being used by SPD to manufacture weapons and other technologies to not only aid the Alliance, also the various Ranger teams we were working. And he kind of like motions around as like primarily the Astro Rangers, but also some tech for the Equation Rangers and at the time Blitz Ranger. Fortunately, they didn't last. When the Machine Empire took over everything else on the planet, SPD higher-ups made the call to go against Kruger and shut the site down. I was the lead SPD engineer.
And knowing you decided to not, or to quote unquote listen to that order, but keep going anyway.
Well, no. You see that back there? The big vault door? And he points to the one that they've been bringing supplies in and out of all this time. That there is a turbo tunnel. It was a fast track, multiple bases here on planet Kelvis and multiple factories. All interlinked, all underground. completely untracked. So when the Machine Empire invaded, a lot of the tunnels, unfortunately, sustained damage and debris. They were cut off. I decided to blow many of the other tunnels. However, some others I kept relatively intact.
Like the one to here.
One that leads directly from Kelvis Bay. And 1 or 2 outposts nearby. However, it did take a while to move a lot of the debris. Now, you can't get there with the full function of the turbo tube, but they're big enough to accommodate a transport vehicle. So, I was stationed here on planet Kelvis, and I decided to stay to help out with whatever it was that could be done. But of course, supplies are few and far between. We needed supplies. We needed parts. So I've been secretly stripping the parts from everything here, keep front the battle effort here on Kelvis alive, since Machine Empire took over the other factory. That's been my job ever since. Now, cat's out of the bag. Never thought they'd try and attack Kelvis base, but someone let slip. They attacked us at our weakest point. Mercenary?
Yep.
Where is he now?
Run off, but a message to Kelvis base would be preferable. That's what the comms were for, but maybe if you can get something through the turbo tunnel.
There's a whole bunch of people still at Kelvis base fighting. I revealed it to the base commander. Asked him no questions. The commander refused to come here. Everyone you see here were the ones that made it out. They were injured. Whoever else is left of the Kelvis base, I can only assume Kelvis base is now fallen. I'm pretty sure that it's now under the command of the Machine Empire.
Vengeance?
Maybe. I don't know. There's a whole lot of fighting. I just managed to get everyone out that I could. Then I sealed the door behind. Cover the escape. Here we are.
Here we are.
So I have to ask, what was it that Kruger sent you down here for?
Just a reminder, what did Kruger send us down here for? Because it's been a while.
It's been a second.
Kruger sent you here to gain any and all information that was left here at the base, and then subsequently destroy anything that could be used against you.
Then
So Nova's gonna join
and then,
on that
yeah.
then.
Yeah, and then
Dwayne will repeat that then.
using the power supply here, relink the communications array in the city to establish planet-wide communication, to then instruct the fleet to make its way to Kelvis so that you can set up the Smilodian satellite.
Nova basically says that verbatim.
Yeah, Dwayne as well.
Oh, it makes sense. There is a lot of information here that could be used to definitely hinder the Alliance's progression in this war, but As I said, this place is nigh unfindable if you don't know what you're looking for. Which, again, surprises me how you guys found your way here in the first place. You found your way to the place up top rather than down here.
Again, we followed the grid energy.
Well, for the initial area up top, it was thanks to the Gold Ranger and the 3 trays and and Zora as well. Yeah, it's a thing because he's Triforian. Unstable energy, split him into 3. It's something that happens with that particular race. But he had to transfer the powers of the Gold Ranger to another person, and that was Zora. Those 4 are currently upstairs at the moment, tending to convoys are coming in.
More convoys?
Yeah. The
Daxian
medical convoys that we were sent to protect, and Daxian here made the call out for them.
Some of them made
Come
it?
here.
That's great news. Max has called Zora.
You seem surprised.
We hadn't held out hope. 3 of them left Kelvis base as soon as we got the information that we had incoming. Max just turns around and shouts over to the rest and says that there are injured personnel from the convoys up above, and then you see some of the other staff from there make their way over to the turbo lift and start going up. You also see them being followed pretty closely by 1 or 2 other personnels who seem to know what's going, seem to know how to operate some of the other things around here.
Like I said, extra hands that could help out down here, as I said before.
Yeah. Well, looks like we found ourselves a nice little hole in the ground to hold up in, to figure out what our next move is. You said you were trying to get the communications array restarted, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, there's not really much we can do in rerouting the power from the base. It's not how it works. It runs on a separate system to the satellite in the city. But there is the communications satellite back at Kelvis base. It's completely in disrepair. Wouldn't take much to fix it to get at least a small message out. Plenty enough for what you need it for.
So into the hornet's nest. Got it.
Well,
So what? Go through the tunnel and retake Kelvis space from the inside?
Professor Daxian turns around. He's been examining the box for a while. He's walked around it by this point. He says, "That is one option, yes. However, I still think we could probably activate the satellite here in the city as well. You said it runs off a separate grid, our grid?" Max turns around and says, "Yeah, right in the center of the city. Right underneath what was essentially Town Hall." Professor Daxian goes, "It's possible we could probably jumpstart the power there if we're only powering up the communications. It probably wouldn't be enough. We'd still have to try and link it to something else." And then at that point, one of the other engineers walks over and says that you could bounce a signal straight off the one here over to Kelvis base if we had access to it. It's plenty easy, but like Max has said, the one at Kelvis base needs a jump start. Why it's been so damn hard to get messages off planet. Fixing the damn thing every other week.
I can probably give it a much needed jump start and touch up if need be.
Therein lies the problem, Dwayne. We don't know what the status of Kelvis base is. If Kelvis base has been taken over, we have to assume that the commander there is being held. We also have to assume that the Machine Empire are looking for any and all information. If they followed protocol, then the information has been sealed.
Wait. We're probably going to have to double check on that commander then.
Well, it goes without saying that he stayed behind on the base to try and defend everyone that was leaving.
That is true, but the fact that Trek was there in the fight means we might have another Zybrian general situation. And I don't necessarily want to risk that.
Maxus kind of looks at you a bit strangely.
Long story, Uncle.
Changeling party that was able to perfectly mimic a Zybrian general and essentially was able to give false orders. It's one of Trek's little things that he did. So
That's
if
fair.
that commander has been captured, it's quite possible he may do the same.
Kind of like your friend there. You noticed that unbeknownst to everyone, Pungus followed Daxian and Orchid as he wants to do. And Pungus now looking at everything around it. Everything around him, he's just been cleaning things up.
Oh, him? He doesn't change. He's a normal, friendly putty.
Well, now I've seen everything.
That's exactly what I said when we first met.
Though, speaking of Trek, Venjix and Daxian, Orchid, everything okay?
Yes, Dwayne, everything's fine.
Wait, Trek was never on Zybria, right?
Trek was not on Zybria, no. But
so the Zybrian morphing putties, we don't know who made them. It was just a Machine Empire thing.
No, you do.
We do, because yeah, there was a footage of it.
Yeah. There was footage of it
we
from
saw
the
footage of him in a
we saw footage of him essentially killing the general, but like all the memories of that general went into a putty that perfectly imitated him.
Okay.
That was information that you also found on Smilodia. Because they were doing the strange
Genetic
things.
splicing.
Splicing on Smilodia as well as for that. So, as you're all talking, you start to hear the low rumble of what you know, the low rumble of an engine, basically. Max just goes and goes, it looks like some of the other outposts have started evacuating and coming here too. And it's at that point then the vault, the door at the back starts going through, and like another like 2 to 3 trucks pull in, and like they're just transporting stuff and everything, and then you kind of like that. You see there's like a getting out of one of them. There's like a high-ranking officer who kind of looks around. He's not Kelvis, but you notice that he's not wearing a Kelvis base outfit now. The under part of it is, but the jacket he's got on is SPD.
Oh. In terms of the hierarchy, what would he be then?
He's captain. He's like so that would be like, whereas you are operatives directly under Kruger, he's a captain of like a different of a branch. So if there's an SPD unit stationed somewhere, he would be like one of the ones in charge.
He's the head honcho.
Yeah, of one like that. Whereas Maxus is the head of what was the the engineers. This guy would be the leader that Maxus would talk to. Max just turns around and goes like that. Ah, God. Morrow, over here.
Can I make an alertness on this man?
Yeah, sure.
Captain to captain.
Yeah, sure. What are you trying to find out?
Basically trying to like make sure like not only that he looks legit, but he is legit and isn't just like some guy trying to pretend he's a captain or whatever.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
So judge intentions.
yeah, judge intentions.
intentions, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Witness. There you go.
18.
18, yeah. That'll do it. He doesn't hold himself in the same same regard as you would as a captain. He's very, he's got an alertness about him, but he's very much at the moment he's like, yeah, I'm a captain, but it's like, as long as the job gets done, we'll get it all done of that. And he's making his way over to you. But yeah, you see him, you look at him like you get a sense of urgency from him, but there's nothing underhanded or anything like that. He's not as rigid as someone who you expect a captain to be, but you get the feeling that's an SPD thing.
You know what? Dwayne's going to take off his helmet and just give him the SPD salute.
Morrow kind of like as he comes up, he goes up and he gives you a nod and the salutes back and goes. He goes. Barroso.
Indeed.
And that would make you Scott.
Nods in agreement.
That. Captain Morrow, SPD Kelvis Base Unit.
Shake his hand. Good to have you on board.
Gives him a casual salute and offers his hand to shake as well.
My cover's been blown, so everything's out of the bag. How many refugees have you got, Maxis? Maxis kind of just goes, everything you see here is who we managed to pull out of the base. Are looking good.
And a few that are upstairs at the moment, being tended to in the medical care. You've got the 3 trays and a Gold Ranger.
Morrow kind of nods and goes, I had a feeling the Gold Ranger was still on planet. However, I had my suspicions that it wasn't Trey. My drones and my scout team are scouting out Kelvis base. They'll be back soon, hopefully. But we got your SOS message for the medical convoys. There's 2 more heading this way, so my teams will go up and figure this out. But for the time being, it looks like this is home base now.
I've got a question, Twitch.
I have an answer, Rosso, maybe.
Because there's flying vehicles in here, is there a way for vehicles to fly out of, or?
So, give me an alertness check.
Perception or just alertness?
Alertness perception, yeah. Oh, easy.
That's a 22.
Yeah, you see further back, this is a huge hangar. It's massive. There's places for things that are stored. There's actually vehicles that seem complete. So like that. But right at the other end, the opposite end to where, the turbo chute is, you notice that there's an area that looks like it can lift directly out of the ground. The best way I can describe it is, if anyone's ever watched Thunderbirds, that mopo's coming out of the swimming pool. So,
Thunderbird 1, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Okay.
it looks like there's a substantial area that this will open up. And considering where you are, you did notice that where you entered the secret base, it looks like it's just a yard storage, quotation mark.
Daxian,
He kind of turns around. Yes, my boy.
and he's going to point over to there. I think we could maybe get a few vehicles in here. Maybe even get the gamma in here. Definitely our dropship.
Yeah, he kind of looks out and goes, that would explain how they got most of the vehicles out here. At that point, Maxis looks over and goes, oh, yeah, the storage yard up top isn't actually a storage yard. It's how we plan to get a lot of them out. If not going to one of the, getting them through some of the turbo tubes. But nothing that big ever managed to get completed here, so. However, I don't think it's a good idea if we use it now.
Yeah, fair enough.
We'll give away our position, fortunately. Still, if there's a place you need to put your dropship, then there's a base a couple of clicks north of here. Should be safe there. But as for the gamma, yeah, that's locked down at Calvis base.
Oh shit! If that really is the case, then if Vengeance is going to get his hands on it, oh, that's bad news.
Extremely bad.
And I don't have an update for you. I'm sorry. Things got pretty hectic. We got out of there as fast as we could.
You two, he's going to look at Maxis some more and be like, you two got a base layout?
Elvis? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I think if we're going to be... I think definitely... Well, if the shield's still up, definitely go in from the inside and use a map to get ourselves around. Plus also, if we can get in there and maybe perhaps get the gamma out, then, you know, we can get it out of there and get it cloaked up.
Morrow comes up to you and said, if you're going to assault that base, it's victory or nothing. If they take Calvis base, then the planet's lost. So whatever mission you've come here to do, it's our mission as well now.
Looks at the others. What do you guys think?
We were sent here for a reason.
I don't feel like we have much choice in the matter.
Captain?
Sounds like a plan. More the merrier.
Daxia moves forward. Well then. First port of call. We should probably try to send it. We need to send a team to pick the satellite dish and the power grid here. We have enough soldiers, it seems. We can do this. Protect them. Also, you said that these tunnels, they lead somewhere, yes? Yeah,
They
straight
lead to every base, apparently.
That Mara said, well, the base is where we haven't cleared, that we've cleared the debris to. There's two paths that go to Calvis base. There's the one that leads directly inside, and then there's the one that leads to a secret entrance. Just north. Comes out upon a cliff. We can send a whole bunch of units that way. You'd never see us coming.
Well, a few of us are technically minded, so we can probably help out with the communications, and then we assault Kelvis base.
Actually, that is actually, Rangers, I believe it would be better if we did them both at the same time. You see, if I'm correct, Venjix and the rest of the Empire, and perhaps whoever else is in charge here, are trying to go for an end game. If they're trying to take Kelvis space, it means they're trying to rout the last of the Alliance here on the planet, so that the fleet would have to abandon. However, they are not privy to information that once the communications are up, we will be sending for Commander Kruger's fleet, and additionally the Smilodian. If we can get the power restored here, then retake Kelvis base, we could not only save personnel, but we might even capture a few high-ranking officers of Dark Spectre. And personally speaking, I have wanted to get my hands on a high-ranking member of the Machine Empire for a very, very long time.
I think everyone on the team would agree with you for different reasons.
At this point, Captain Mara says, well, there's enough of us to mount enough of an assault, but head to head, we'd be wiped out. So we'd have to try and get the hostages within the base safe first, while simultaneously distracted.
And that's where we come in. Tends to be our kind of modus operandi.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna need one hell of a distraction. Professor Daxia moves forward and goes, I've not heard from Cliff Paul. It's possible we could activate the Gamma's defense systems. Cause enough of a distraction inside, and the Rangers could assault this north exit whilst you make your way there. After the Rangers secure it, then we could move in.
Sounds like a plan.
I like it.
Max just looks around and says, we've got enough here to try and jimmy together some sort of kit. Wonder if we can get any of these battle vehicles working. Especially the flyers. We could fly out of here once the fight starts. We could fly out of here. They'd be able to get to the base and provide air cover, or take out any reinforcements on the way there. And Max just kind of walks off and starts conferring with his team. At which point Captain Mara goes, probably check in with the convoys up top. I guess we leave the rest to you and your team, Professor. I'll put together a strike force and see if Maxis can spare any of the other engineers to go and fix the power here. We know the city. We could deal with any threat that's around. I gotta be honest. I don't think they're looking here right now. So, luck's in our favor there. As soon as the assault starts, they'll do the job here. He kind of moves off and starts ordering people around as Professor Daxian turns to all of you and says, "Well then, Rangers, it seems we're going to complete our mission a little bit faster than we assumed, and not in the conventional way we had originally planned."
When has it ever been conventional?
I was just about to say that.
Always have a backup.
Daxian turns to you, Orchid. You've been quiet since we got down here, Orchid. Are you okay?
I'm just processing things. I'm fine.
Any input on the plan?
It sounds like it is well established. We all have our roles to play. Are you sure the engineers sent to handle the destroying the power of the city will be safe? Or should I go along with them just to help support?
I believe Captain Morrow will be sending some of his team there. They're SPD trained. I think it's best if you stick with the rest of the team.
Understood.
I think we should also get Zora down here and get her debriefed as well.
As soon as Zora wakes up, yes.
Try.
Say again?
Is my drone hanging out?
It's
Is my drone hanging out?
Yeah, it's with you.
Can I try establish that connection with Glyph for Daxi?
Yeah, you can try.
You know, I try.
There is a signal.
With my...
Yeah, there is a signal, but it's very weak, and you get the feeling it's because you are quite deep underground at the moment. You know you've been able to contact Glyph before when you've been further up and in the communications area.
I will need to head further up to relay our current plan to Glyph.
Very well. Let us head back up and leave going down here. And once this is all over, I'll be having a long chat with the commander. And we are going to take just a short break there as the Rangers go to make their way up to their allies. We're going to take just a small 5-minute break. That's cool with everyone.
That was actually
that's
perfect
cool.
because you need to go to the bathroom.
Yep.
Yeah, I need to go for a little bit as well. I might be a little bit longer than 5 minutes, just to let you know.
How long?
5-10 minutes, probably.
Okay, cool.
Right, it's in a bit.
B.R.B.
So,
yes.
or not that one. Let's see here. Change windows. I'm gonna show y'all where I'm gonna be this weekend. Nope.
I will be right back.
Jumped. I am... Jesus, what is going on with my connection? going to be right, and this right here. I'm wondering which side is hard cam. Which side is going to be hard cam?
I'm back for a bit.
I'm back.
I never left.
Yeah, there was a couple of things that needed to be sorted out here, so that's why the break was much needed.
I'm back. Oh, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Oh, I will say, stream is still able to hear everything you've said, so I'd be careful what you say.
I know. One thing I will say is dinner's going to be ready in about like 40 odd minutes or so. So.
Okay.
So I'll probably just ask for like a couple of minutes break while I go get dinner and then come back up.
That's fair. We are about to enter into some other stuff, but that should be okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine. Is everyone here?
E.
I'm here.
Yep.
I am also here.
Hardluck's muted, but I assume he's here. Or not.
Hard luck.
There'll still be...
Hard luck is back.
Oh, there it is. Fantastic.
Was that the last one?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry, don't need to say sorry.
I wanted to nuke myself up, somebody eat real quick, and then wife wanted some too. So, you know how it goes.
Yeah, food. Awesome. Let's close that. And let us get back in to the session. So, the plan that you have currently.
The
plan that you have currently.
Say on my Morphin Power Rangers, it would be back to action.
Back to action. So, the plan you have currently is kind of
Be
a
noisy.
hobbled, be noisy. Kind of a hobbled together plan. But Captain Morrow has said that he has team scouting out Kelvis base currently. He also said that he can send a team out with the engineers that Maxis sends out to help fix the communications right here in the city that you were originally going to use to send a signal and reestablish connections for the planet so that you'd be able to set up a link with the Smilodian satellite in orbit once it was there. However, you have found out that you can't really divert any more power to it from where you are because it runs on a separate grid. But one of Max's engineers said that you can bounce a signal from this one to the communication satellite at Kelvis base, which you'd only need to patch it up a little bit to be able to send the message out. The problem there is that Kelvis base has been overrun, to your knowledge, and your current operation is to go and assault the base, causing a distraction, so that the rest of the forces that you have on hand can then sneak in through the turbo tunnel. And that's where you find yourselves now reconvening with Trail Triforia and a recently brought back to stealth, brought back to consciousness Zora, who's, a bit winded, a bit there, but more or less looking like herself again. Dwayne and Arrow, you are still clad in your morphed suit. Everyone else is demorphed. and you found yourself in the medical bay, a private one. And Professor Daxian is running a scan over Zora. My dear, it seems that you are very much in good health. It just seems you are a little bit exhausted from the fight. As you exerted yourself a little bit more than you should have, but you should be back to fighting capacity in no time. Zora kind of just nods thanks to Professor Daxian and says, "Thank you. I'm sorry." She looks to all of you. Says, "I'm sorry for not being much help in the battle. It really was the first time
Wasn't your fault.
I've pushed the powers of the Gold Ranger to the as far as I've been able to push them."
That's actually all right. You did a good job.
Trey of one of the Treys speaks up and says that the powers of the Gold Ranger were not meant for any other race other than the Triforians, at least to our knowledge. But you have done extremely well in commanding them, also than any other, I believe, would. Once we are done here, we can travel back. I will travel back to Triforia. I hope that you would accompany me as well, Zora. As good as you are with the powers themselves, we do not know the outcome of prolonged exposure to any other race. Zora kind of nods, says, "Yes, of course. But for now, I'd still like to be of help. So, what's our plan?"
We're going to take that secret entrance, the secret north entrance, to go and get into Kelver space.
So at this point, Professor Daxian stop. Says, "Actually, Dwayne, I don't think you will take the tunnel. We need to cause as much of a distraction as possible. Once we can get communication set with Glyph, it might be worth taking the drop."
So I've got a question then, Twitch.
Okay, sure.
So if Kelver space has fallen, I'm assuming the shield is down, yes?
For all intents and purpose, yes.
Right. I thought like we'd be taking the tunnel entrance, but then like the tunnel entrance splits off into two.
Yes.
And we'd be taking the...
So the information that you have is one leads directly inside Kelvis Space, one leads to an entrance that's just north of it a little bit.
I thought like the tunnel system would get us under the shield if they had it like back up and running.
Well, for all intents and purposes, you can operate on the fact that the shield is down, yes, but you haven't had information pertaining to it yet, which is what why Captain Morrow said that he has a team scouting it and they are on their way back to your location currently.
Right.
But you are working on the pretense that the shield may have been destroyed. Professor Daxian's suggestion is that you use the dropship, he was just explaining, to cause a little bit more noise outside than usual.
Okay.
We're essentially going and knocking on the front door.
That's the operation of that. Professor Daxian, like as he's making this suggestion, he's in thought. And it's at this point that Captain Morrow actually enters the room. Overhearing what he just said, he said, "Well, can let you know that we've had the scout sent their transmission back.
Good news or bad news?
A little mixture of both. And he says, "I can bring it up on the screen here." He goes over to one of the operation decks, and one of the screens pops up. You get like a flyover of what's happening. So the base looks, it's not destroyed, but it is battle scarred, for lack of a better term. You see multiple patrols at the front of the base, at the back of the base. What looks like a bunch of quadrifighters flying past. Somewhat ignoring these drones, you get the feeling these are SPD stealth. There's obviously people being like, there's personnel being led inside the base. There's people being, detained. But one thing that does strike out to you is that you do see a close-up. You see General Vengeance, Trek, and Dark Honda. So all three of them are at Kelvis base. So this was a frontal assault, as if to try like a last-ditch effort to crush the Alliance here on the planet. Morrow
I
turns
call
around and
dibs on my brother from another test tube.
Morrow kind of looks around, like he kind of looks at you, Scott, and then looks at me and goes, "I kind of see a family resemblance here." This is the only drone that made it back. They did manage to get one look at something inside the base before it was taken out. He kind of puts the drone, and then you see one of the drones, this one flying extremely fast, actually. You get the feeling it's been there, and then a couple of blaster bolts fly past it. It kind of starts making its way inside, just aiming for the hangar entrance out front. You get inside and it kind of just falls in like that. And as the camera looks around, you see it crashes in the like that, causes like a small explosion. Nothing major. And the camera kind of lands at an angle, and you see them trying to get into the Gamma. It's like it's looking directly at the Gamma. And they're trying to get inside, but currently they're having no luck. In fact, when one of them touches, like, trying to get, like, the ramp, trying to get it to come down, one of the, cogs, I need to call them cyclobots then. I'm like, that's a different era. One of the cogs gets, like, electrified, and it kind of gets, like, falls down.
Oh, so is it like, what was it, that deleted footage of the Mark II Iron Man armor?
Yeah.
And it's like one of the engineers tries to touch it and
Yeah, yeah, more or less. At the moment, they can't get in. The Gamma is pretty much in lockdown. But that's when the drone gets stomped on. And that was about it. The other one was shot straight out of the sky.
So we're going to go in there. We're going to go in there quickly and get to the Gamma.
Well, not just yet. We do have a direct line to Glyph via the drone with Orchid. Once we establish communication, we can see if we can get Glyph back to the Gamma. See if he can remodel that. And if he can, when you're there, that is when the operation can strike. Captain Morrow goes up and says that I can send a bunch of teams through, going through the turbo tubes, Easy. It's just whether you want us to help you at the front door or if you want us to go inside and take him from inside out.
What about prisoner extraction?
Morrow inputs a couple of commands again into the console and brings up the blueprints and the plan for Kelvis base. Well, with the amount of personnel that were probably left at Kelvis base, they're going to be held somewhere where they can keep them en masse. My guess will be that they're going to be held either in the hangar or improvised prison cells here in the living quarters.
Where's the armory in terms of the map?
Barracks just off from the living quarters. He kind of zooms in.
So if they're in the living quarters, I'd say secure the barracks, the armory, and get them out and get them armed up, and then they can add in on your numbers.
It's a fine plan if they're being held there. However, there's a chance that that there's many being held in the hangar as well, in which case they're in the inner hangar. That's where we're going to be coming out.
Yeah. So for the inner hangar, is that right? Is the gamma in there, or is it?
The gamma is in the
like
inner
next to
hangar.
it?
The gamma is in the inner hangar. So if I bring up the picture of Elvis base.
Right. So
you see here
if
where
that is the case, then
see this where it's pinged.
Dwayne's
like,
gonna yeah.
There's like an overlap there. That's like an outer. That's where like all ships and stuff they move out to this outer hangar area, and they would launch there. You've got the helipad on top as well, so there's that. Basically, the gamma would be further in as this burst is built in. As you can see, like it's built into the. But that's the depiction of basically what it is. As close to as possible.
How about yeah? Dwayne's going to suggest. How about this? If they're in the inner hangar, and that's where we're going to need in order to get to the gamma, we'll get them out through the gamma. We can load them up in the gamma. If they're in the living quarters, you can arm them up with whatever you can find in the armory and have them add to your team.
Either way, we're going to be securing the hangar first, so get that. We have plenty of like that, and we have enough supplies here, and there'll be supplies there, I'm sure. So I've got enough teams that we can do this, and then for a home like that, and we've already got a few engineers and a home team here. We're sending the SPD guys out. Once you guys cause enough of a distraction, we'll be able to enter the hangar, hopefully clear it. Before we left, though, I believe they might have put the inner hangar on lockdown, which means the outer hangar should be clear. No one gets in or out that way unless you override it from the outside. Or the inside, depending on which of us gets there first. So if that's the plan we're going with, I guess we'll see you there.
Sounds good to me.
Tomorrow kind of leaves you, he kind of nods and says, I'll go and fill everyone else in. I'll tell Naxos the plan as well. He leaves the room, and he kind of leaves you all there. And Professor Daxian kind of sits down and, like, lets out a very long, drawn sigh. I have far more questions coming here than I've ever had before.
Such as?
Well, that whatever's locked down in the hangar down there, I certainly don't remember anything in my research going down, and nothing comes to mind, and we've swept all of the information here on the systems as is.
Well, if they're trying to get into the Gamma, it's probably a case of why they've locked it down, so that the Gamma can't get out.
I'm not talking about the Gamma, Dwayne. I'm talking about whatever's down in the hangar down here.
Oh,
Well,
the
I'm not the only
Delta
one that
mega ship.
No, he's talking about the thing that's behind our logo that we can't get into right now.
Oh, the Delta mega
honestly,
ship. Sorry, no, the Delta mega ship. I was aware of that project. I just wasn't aware where they were building it. Oh,
Well,
Makes
that's
sense
what
that they
explains
would.
the ping.
yes, an unfinished Megazord would give off some form of good energy. I wonder if that's what the Astral Rangers were here for.
Well, they got here and apparently they got spooked and left, so
Yes.
maybe it just wasn't ready for them at the time.
Yes, perhaps. I don't understand why that would send them running from the planet.
Unless
Yeah.
they literally got here to the hangar and then it was like their presence would have drawn attention to the hangar, in which case they left quickly. Or whatever's behind that big door.
Perhaps. Perhaps it was something else entirely. Wonder if it had anything to do with Trek's presence here as well. So many answers, so many questions, and nothing to tie it together. This was supposed to be a simple stealth mission, and now it's the entire jeopardy of that of our organization with Smilodia jeopardy as well.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering as to why Trek is here. Last time he said that he would be bringing company. I didn't think it would be the Machine Empire. I thought it was maybe to do with something else, but...
The enemy of my enemy is my friend, right?
Teaming up with Venjix seems to fall in line with whatever they're both after. However, I can't feel that Trek holds any love for the Machine Empire.
We managed to piss them all off pretty well.
Yeah. Do we know what Venjix is after?
No. All you know is that Venjix...
I was saying that like in character.
Oh. Professor Daxian kind of looks to Orchid and says, and just goes, he's fixated upon Orchid. It's well documented that General Venjix has a obsession with the morphing grid. It doesn't fall in line with the rest of the Machine Empire directive. It's almost like it's a personal goal of his. Whenever he's come across anything related to a Ranger team or anything else, he has pursued it with an unusual fervor. And why he would try to steal Orchid's morphing code and whatever else he was after, it's beyond me.
That's it. That's it.
Elaborate.
Remember what Trek was trying to do with the morphers of the Supersonic Rangers? And he said he would have company next time, which makes me think...
They've
Huh.
teamed up.
Wait,
No. Think of it. Psycho Ranger, Psycho Rangers, plural.
Oh,
So you think he wants to make a team of rangers like him, except they're all automatons?
Or the generals themselves.
well, that's impossible, Dwayne.
Hey, do not.
No,
You
it's,
know I don't like that sentence, but I'm...
Dwayne,
that's
as
my
one
fault.
of Dwayne, as one of the leading scientists on the morphing grid itself, we scanned Orchid when she joined the team. Not even I can make head nor tail. Not even any of my other associates can make head nor tail of her code. It's not even programmable anymore. It's a living entity almost. So, and you couldn't imprint it on anything else other than an alpha unit, and she is the only one that is still around.
Well, here's the difference between yourself and Trek. You don't take risks.
And
Trek is willing
It
to
doesn't
do
have-
anything.
And Venjix has an
who
obsession
are we to
with the
say it's
morphing
only
grid,
going to be...
and I mean, it's a possibility. Psycho Rangers.
It's utterly preposterous.
Well, there is
Professor, with all
one,
due
and if there's
respect-
one, there's always going to possibly be more.
You were saying,
Okay.
Nova?
Professor, with all due respect, who said it was going to be robots? Who said it was going to be machines? Who said anything about any of this? Like, I have to agree, they have access to a lot more than we do, unfortunately.
If they were going to try and access the grid itself, then they would find another power source and corrupt it, like Trek's power source. That's what he was trying.
I mean,
like
they
that.
were
That's
building the CyberStrike Zords.
that anyone can build the frame of a Zord. You see it down there. It has to be directly like that, but it then has to be directly linked to a power source. The supersonic
Probably
powers, as we have. The supersonic powers, as you have seen, have found their home within Scott. Like I said, Orchid's morph code is different to all of yours. It's almost not a morph code. It's only labeled as such because, as scientists, we don't. We need to put something into perspective, and even I fought against that.
Look, up until we met her, you would have said that everything that Orchid is impossible. And with all the stuff that we've been dealing with that taken into consideration, and the fact that Trek has absolutely no ethics whatsoever, he will stop at literally nothing to get what he wants. We don't know what he's capable of, and honestly, I think it's impossible to say that anything is impossible.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't talk much if you're gonna make it count.
As you've all said this, Axion, again, after standing, he sits down in the chair.
Jackson. No.
And again, he looks as old as he actually is now. And then he looks directly at you, Orchid. And then he shakes his head and says, "No, it's not possible. He couldn't do that to you. He couldn't take that from you."
Professor, with all due respect, you're thinking logically on this when this is anything but logical.
And more anything
You
but
focused-
moral.
take something that we don't understand from someone as wonderful. And
Exactly.
That
is
the point of
exactly-
evil.
Hey,
That is
Twitch.
exactly what they want you to think about or think that they can't do. Because we wouldn't do it.
yes,
Hey, Twitch.
Choco.
I'm not
Yeah.
good at this, but just shot in the dark. Can I make a tech roll to see if I can put this together?
Yeah, sure. What are you trying to figure out?
Because I think. So basically the discussion is essentially the discussion is why did Ventrix steal our the morph codes from Orchid,
He stole.
correct?
He specifically stole Orchid's morph code, which is entirely different
Is
to yours.
So basically, I'm trying to, in a way, I'm trying to reverse engineer this. Like, why would the Machine Empire need codes that don't work for them?
There is
I
a
mean-
logical conclusion that you are missing. Do not think about Trek. Trek is a madman. Vendrix is the one who stole my code. If Vendrix learned anything from Bane, he may have noticed my connection to the gala they are trying to get into. If there is a way for them to use my code to get into the gala, that is a much more immediate problem than the ramblings of a madman.
with that, Orchid just kind of like beelines to try reestablish connection to the gamma.
Yeah, give me a... Okay, so first, Rocco, give me your roll. So, tech. $13.
13.
You're running through this in your head with the... What's the best word I can use for it? With the thought process of a soldier. You know the enemy has taken something that is unique to Orchid. Why they would need it, it defies them, because although Orchid was built as an alpha unit, it has become something completely different, as confirmed by the research from Daxian and other scientists within the Alliance. Whereas you know that whilst high-ranking officials of or operatives of the Machine Empire simulate what can be contrived as emotions, they are still, for all intents and purposes, just highly advanced machines. It doesn't make sense that Vendrix has taken this morph code. What you do know is that he tried to take a lot more than the morph code. And that's all you're gonna get. Okay, give me your roll.
What do you want the roll to be? This is my semi-grid connection.
Yes, so you would be rolling...
Do you want me to do logic? Do you want me just to do
What have you done
alertness type deal?
No, what have you done in the past when you're connecting with Glyph?
We haven't done any before because it was meant to be I just have a grid connection and
Right.
we just ruled that it was being distorted.
Okay, cool. Just give me a
I
standard.
could grid sensitivity it is if something like that is fucking with it.
No, it wouldn't be the grid. Just give me a standard tech roll for now because you've got the drone with you, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Glyph is there, so yeah, just give me a standard technology roll.
And you know what? I'll use the drone to help.
I was gonna ask if I could assist in this to give him advantage.
I'm gonna say no because Orchid's doing this their own volition. Just within the context of the scene.
Okay, fair enough.
Does this count as advanced engineering? I don't think so. So it's just gonna be a flat roll.
Yeah, I would say it's not advanced engineering.
Per child.
Yeah, no, that's easy. The drone floats up, and then all of a sudden, you hear this. Connection re-established. Oh. Professor Daxian, is that you?
Blake, can you hear me?
Oh. Yes, communication seems to have been restored. However, the situation is looking dire. I've been trying to contact you for some time.
It seems our current location is not helping with the situation. How is everything at?
Outer space has been overrun. Currently in lockdown. It appears that there are some individuals still trying to fight back deeper within the base, though I cannot confirm. However, there is a substantial presence here in the hangar.
We last saw footage of people trying to break in. Have they made any progress?
No. The Gamma is in full shutdown mode and diverting all power to security systems.
Okay. If do not open up for anyone unless they can communicate with you like this. No, do not. Do not open up unless you can register multiple CyberStrike signals and not just mine. Something has happened and a piece of me was taken, and they may use that to try to get to you. So if you get any semblance of my signal that you cannot cross-reference with other CyberStrike things, do not react.
Understood, Orchid. However, there are no current CyberStrike signals within the vicinity.
Good. There should not be any there because we are not currently there.
I trust that you have a plan.
I will patch you through to Daxian, who is here with us, and we'll go through our current plan together.
I use myself essentially as a connector, so Daxian and the others can now talk to Glyph.
Yeah, you do that. You manage to patch Glyph through now, and he's kind of acting, and he's kind of like speaking through the drone, but as like an access point. But the communications array is like that. Goes in. Daxian goes, thank heavens, Glyph. I had feared the worst.
Have a little bit more faith in us.
He was talking to Glyph.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah. Professor, Rangers, it is good to know that you are safe, though I'm having trouble pinpointing your location. Yes, Glyph, that is by design.
We are currently
You can continue.
we are currently in a remote base that was the target we were looking for. Your communication should be disguised, so it is understandable why you cannot find us.
And I am to assume the mission has been successful.
To a degree.
Okay.
Glyph, we have a plan. Try and retake Kelvis base. You said that there is activity within the hangar. Can you confirm if there are prisoners being held there, or if it is a heavy machine empire present? And the screen where you are currently shows, and there's like a small like viewport camera type deal kind of scans over the Kelvis base hangar. As you can see, there are several Kelvis base personnel being held here. However, there were others dragged off further into the base. As I have said, I cannot confirm, but there may be others still trying to fight back. Well, a bit more information to work with. Have you seen anyone else there? Any high-ranking officials? Have you seen Vengex, Trek? And Glyph comes back. I'm sorry, Professor, but I have seen no sign of the one called Vengex or Trek. They wouldn't have left, so they must be somewhere in that base. All this speculation does us no good. Going to have to take the fight to them and then figure things out after. Our main priority now is establishing that communications and getting a message through to Kruger. They said they're only a one jump away. Once the message gets through, they can bring reinforcement. With the added might of the Smilodian fleet, plus the satellite in tow, we'll be able to push back the forces on this planet. And, with any luck, we may be able to capture Vengex and Trek, along with Dark Honda. He stands up and looks at all of you. Rangers, this may very well be the hardest fight you've had to face, yet. I'm asking a lot of you, I know. Are you ready for this fight?
Professor,
I mean, we pushed him. No, you go ahead.
like, Nova just smiles. Professor, when have we ever said no to you thus far?
Scott will twirl his batons and smack them together twice and say, "We're always ready."
Dwayne puts his helmet on and be like, we kicked him off Smilodia, we're going to kick him off here.
He turns to Orchid. Orchid? It's your decision.
It seems like I will be a very good distraction that we need. So let's do this.
that. You're not a distraction, Orchid. You're a member of this team. You do not wish to go.
I mean, in the eyes of vengeance, to lure him out. I understand I am a member of the team.
Roll me an alertness perception check, Orchid.
You know what? Pedro's gonna help me out.
Orchid says in that voice. Ooh, 11.
Orchid does say it in that voice. does not pick up at all.
Yeah. Don't worry, I've done that so many times when using the bloody voice changer. You see genuine fear in Daxian's eyes. Daxian he's genuinely stumped. For an individual that has spent his life studying the morphing grid, he has no earthly idea as to what Vendrix was trying to do, and it scares him. But it's not just scared. He's not just scared for himself. He's scared for you specifically.
They need to be stopped. I cannot stay here when I have the power to go stop them.
Marika will put a hand on Daxian's shoulder and just say, "Remember, Professor, she isn't just an Alpha Sentinel anymore. She's much more than that."
Above all else, she's our friend.
Daxian draws himself up, straightens himself, pushes his glasses up, hugs on his coat, and he readopts that persona that you're all so used to seeing. Very well. I will stand by here at the base, ready to send the communications code out as soon as I am able to. If you can get the communications array working, you or Captain Maro's team, and even as the battle is going on, then we should be okay. Take the dropship, Rangers. May the power protect you. So, with that,
as everyone leaves, Orchid goes back and gives him a hug, then leaves.
Dwayne will make sure Zora's coming with him.
As you walk out, you see, well, Zora was there for the entire, but she kind of just kept to herself. She walked out and she comes through and says, as she walks past, she says, "I admire all your camaraderie. It is refreshing to see in these hard times. I will have much to say to the Council of Eltar. That is for sure." And you all start to make your way back to the top floor. You will run. You see Captain Maro, who gives you all a nod. He already knows what he's doing. But as you leave, you run into Maxus one last time. Nova, before you go,
What is it?
he holds up a key card. It looks eerily familiar, but at the same time still a little bit different. It's got the CyberStrike logo on it, but it's also got that stylized F as well.
Is it for what I think it is?
I don't know what it's for, Nova, honestly. But we found it here among a bunch of other things that were intended for the Astral Rings, like I said. there's another keycard as well that I'm pretty sure links to the Gamma. Just all the same aspects of the Astro megaship. I just have a feeling that this belongs with you. I don't know why. Keep it close. Perhaps after all this craziness is gone, we can figure it out together.
I'd like that. And now, as it seems that we're about to part ways for the time being, I'd like to give you something as well. Noah takes a couple steps back, and he actually morphs in front of his uncle.
Yeah, sure. In a flat, like, it's not like any of the flashy like morphs that you do. You kind of just enveloped in a blue glow, and then you morph in front of him. He kind of like looks at you like that.
I hope.
Oh, go ahead.
I hope that this gives you enough, or makes you proud of me.
He pulls you into like a crushing hug. Nova, my boy, I have always been proud of you. Didn't need no feety pajamas for that. He kind of like, he holds you at arm's length. Your team's waiting.
We have a lot to talk about when I get back.
I hope I have the answers for you.
He gives it like one equally like heavy hug for him. And the power protect you, Uncle.
And as he watches you walk away, he, under his breath, he just kind of, as you walk away, he goes, "Give him hell, kid." And you and your team make your way out to the drop ship. Sigil brings it over from where it was cloaked. I'm just going to ask Orchid, Marika, and Scott, do you morph as well?
Now seems like the time.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Automorph. Have you gone supersonic?
Yeah, there's never a reason not to.
Yep. Red.
Above game, I thought that was
Right.
just his standard morph at this point.
No.
I'll be back in
Actually, you know what? Here,
Technically, I do have to
just-
say go supersonic.
Yeah. 1 sec, Rosso. We're just about coming towards the end. He's already gone.
I was to say, I'll just do it formally. It's one for time. 541 Cyber Eyes.
You all
There you go.
morph, and you enter the drop ship, and you start to make post haste towards towards the direction of Calvis base. It doesn't take long for you to get there, especially with the dropship flying at full pace. The weather is a little bit blizzardy like that, but with the advanced sensors of the ship itself, it's not too difficult for you to get there. As the ship cascades itself over, you come into the airspace of Calvis base. Cloaked. And this is what you see. I forgot I can't really zoom all the way out. you all transferred over. There we go. Can you see the map or can you not?
I can see the map.
Sweet.
Boy,
who's
does
on the
Dark
map.
Honda look fucking ugly.
Yeah, he does.
It's a very punchable face. Can't wait to punch it.
I can also see it.
Gonna place your tokens down. Over. Okay.
Those trucks could be more on fire.
I mean, I can put more fire on them if you want, but
Do it.
but yeah, this is what
Anything
you
can be
see.
on fire if you set it on fire enough.
Twitch, I think you opened up the map too much for us.
Why is that?
I can see Trek and Vengex.
Really? Underneath that?
Yeah, I can see him.
I don't see him.
How are you able to see them, Arrow?
I don't see him.
How are you able to see them?
I don't know, but I don't see him anymore. Now I see him again.
Okay. Are you scrolling over the area? If you
I am scrolling.
So if you hover over the big roof thing, it will fade away to reveal what's inside.
Really?
Oh, right. Yeah, no,
Oh,
I
that's
see him as well
Mhm.
now. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
That's a cool
Yeah, I've been learning things.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, I've been learning little things. So I don't know why that's done it there. It should only happen once you cross the threshold. So I don't know what that's about. That is about. But
I didn't mean to spoiler myself and the team. I'm sorry.
no, it's fine. But yeah, like you can pretty much see it when it's.
I mean, the fact that we can do it as well means that at least one of us would have discovered it at some point.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have to look into that, but yeah, it's already set as is now, so I can't do anything about that. But yeah, I mean, it's not too much. Like you knew they were on the battlefield, but you know that's just where they are currently. So yeah. I should be able to grab thing. Why can I not grab? Oh, grab. Ah, that's what I need. Fade entire tile. Strix light. I'll do always visible for now. It doesn't matter. You already
Are
know
we on a
what's.
cliff?
Yes, you are. So that's the cliff overlooking the base downward. I tried to match it as much as I could to like the one that I showed you. But yeah. Fade entire tile. Vision, token, field of vision, none. Fade entire tile. I mean, I'll just do it as fade entire tile for now. But yeah, you guys can see what's in there. But yeah. This is what you come up with. This is what you see. You've landed. You're up on top of this this cliff. The stealth ship is stealthed. So it all depends on if you guys want to do anything else. I don't have you morphed there. For some reason, Scott. I don't know why. Oh, there you go. And there's the supersonic.
Apologies.
Cool. That's fine.
Hey Nova. You'll be really, really funny
Shooting that orange asshole in the face.
That, but hacking the turrets or the above game. I forgot what the
Quadrifighters.
or hacking the quadrifighters.
That would. Be.
Oh, that old trick.
The difference here is these are active quadrifighters. However,
Yeah, these are active.
my question is, although you've landed stealthily, are you going to announce yourselves to Darkonda down there, or are you going to just launch an attack straight away?
So, above game, I want to. In character, I'm like, I will go with what, or above game, I want to, but I also go with everyone.
Somebody better make a decision before I pink mohawk the shit out of this.
I was gonna say, don't even say anything. Just slap a bitch.
I mean, I'm technically still kind of half invisible in a way.
Unless you activate the
haven't been
Phantom
morphed.
Suit.
Well,
I mean,
I activate the
that's-
Phantom Suite, but it deactivates, like, let me actually double check this.
I need a decision.
I mean,
Are you going to announce
we're here to
yourselves?
make a distraction.
Are you here to be like, are you going to do the cliche Power Rangers thing and just to say like your days are numbered, blah blah blah, or are you just gonna try and go down and instigate the fight?
Surprise round, surprise round, surprise round, surprise round.
Do you guys all trust me? Do you guys all trust me?
Yes.
Implicitly.
I don't know about implicitly, but yeah.
If
All
no
right.
one says or does anything,
So-
I'm going to shoot.
Wait. I
here's
think
the thing.
DeLuna's got a plan.
I've above game. I've had this scene played out in my head for over a month and a half now. So,
Okay.
Twitch,
Dork.
have Nova. I'm gonna have Nova jump and land like I can't. I don't
You're about
have a way
30.
to
You're about
ping, but
you're about 30
uh,
feet up in the air, I will say, but it's fine when you're morphed and stuff like that. This is I'm not gonna make you do anything. This is
like he's
purely
gonna end
cinematic.
up. Let's see. Yeah. Can you guys see my ping? I don't know if you can.
Whereby you?
Like where my the mouse is.
Yeah, just hold the pin.
Yes.
Oh, I can't see it. But
He's
that's
gonna
good.
jump down all. Yeah, I can't see it either. That's why I was asking. Like right around there.
strange.
That's where he's gonna jump down.
Yeah, you can move your token. No problem. Just click and drag to where you want to go.
I found it. I can basically be sort of remaining semi-invisible until I take damage from that's going to be against my evasion.
Yeah, but that was in the last fight. It's
So-
been a while since.
Yeah, but I haven't demorphed.
Yeah, but that's a bit like, come on.
I can't move.
Like, has your Phantom Suite actually been running this whole time? Probably
There you go.
not.
Because otherwise you'd have just been invisible in the base back there as well.
Nah, true.
And even I would have been like, dude, knock it off.
Oh, right, yeah, no. Okay, well, can I spend a power point then to, like, turn it back on then?
Depending on what the decision is, whether you go into a surprise round or you just go down to confront it like that. But let's see what Nova's going to do first.
Yeah, Nova ends up or like like he says that in character, like you trust me, and then jumps straight down when everyone says yes, to where he is right there.
Uh-huh.
Hey, ugly. How's it going?
Did I voice module Darkonda?
Okay, so this is like a
remember.
bit of column A, bit of column B.
Yeah.
Little bit, yeah.
Did I voice? Did I
Above-
voice change him? I can't remember.
I don't think he did.
I just kind of went with it, didn't I?
Yeah.
And he was kind of like a fucking... I'm trying to remember the voice I did. The baby blue blowhard shows his face again.
Oh, you remembered me. I'm so happy about that.
You're foolish to come here alone,
No,
Ranger.
And you're stupid to think I did. Can we get above game? Can you guys have it where like all you guys jump on at the same time?
You didn't convey that plan to us at all.
I'm sorry, I should have. I thought.
Yeah, I mean, I can jump down, but
I mean,
I was
fuck
kinda
it, we
thinking-
ball, but you know.
Yeah.
I mean, can I?
You were
like,
just like, do you trust me, guys? Jumps
Yeah.
off of cliff.
Just imagine if this was like a comedy, if this was like
Yeah.
one of
Yeah.
the like comedy
I guess-
sometimes, just
I
like,
guess-
who
yeah,
said
yeah.
I was alone? Nobody else shows up.
Yeah. I guess
Guys,
it's
that's your cue.
yeah, I guess it's implicitly implied that when Nova says stupid of you to assume I came alone, like you all jump down or whatever.
Right, we all pick up what he's putting down.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of.
Yeah,
Like I should have conveyed that. That's on me. But
Yeah,
You know what?
that's fine. That's fine.
We're
Can
just,
I
we're just
try
standing there, and
stealth
Scott's like,
roll
"Oh
for
shit,
this?
that's our cue."
You can stealth, sure, but it depends on what you're trying to achieve here.
It's like, "Oh, you're all here." Wait, except for
Oh,
one of
basically-
you. That's odd.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna try and hack one of the turrets while they're yapping away, basically, and I'm gonna super leap to one of the turrets.
Okay, sure.
Do you have the equipment to hack a turret?
Yeah, that's my question.
Yeah, that's a 12.
Do you have the again? Do you have the
Well, I
equipment
mean,
to
I
try
can
and hack?
probably pull out the wires or something, or even cross wires or something.
He's just gonna fucking hotwire it.
I'm gonna Han Solo this.
Let's
I mean,
go. Let's go.
sure.
I'm here for it.
You've done a 12 there. Let's see. So quadra fighter. Alright, so it's gonna be
Now your icon is at a turret, not a quadrifighter.
yeah, a turret.
Yes.
Yeah, one of the turrets. So skills. Yes. Oh. 6. Skills. Alertness. That's a 4. So the cogs don't see what you've done. Were you able to super leap that far?
Yes. Right from where I was standing, it was 90 feet.
So Dark Honda
90 to 85, yeah.
Dark Honda has also seen you guys jump.
If we're going like this, that other turret, does it have health?
Dark Honda didn't see it. He's very much involved. Okay, so yeah, so you have successfully somehow managed to land by this turret and not be seen. Arrow, what are you doing? You jumping down as well?
I'm following. Oh yes, absolutely. Superhero landing.
You know what? You can form the line. Yeah.
Orchids, what is it that you are doing? Yeah, you have to be careful because there's a quantron right there.
If
Borderlands
we
there.
are going full assaultal, I'm going to open up with an opening shot if you'll let me.
Well, you've all landed here in
not
front.
at Darkonda.
No. You've all landed here in front of something like that. Oh, he sees you. Does he see like that? So he can see you like that. you kind
I'm
of
just thinking, since we're doing action hero Sentai introduction, I want to create an explosion in the background for them, either a quadrifighter or a turret.
Yeah, sure. Well, I allowed Rosso to jump and grab that turret, so you've foregone your.
If that's not possible, I will jump down. But if possible,
you are foregoing your surprise round by announcing yourselves in Power Rangers fashion. So I will say yes, you can take a shot on the turret. If you so wish. And then I will need everyone to roll initiative once this is done.
While we're doing that, I'm gonna have Nova speak.
Well, since I didn't get seen, is that part of the surprise round, or is that going to be?
No, overall, because they've announced themselves.
Okay, fine.
So what were you going to say, Luna? Okay.
Nova's just gonna look at Darkonda and go, all those months ago, you left me alive, and that was the biggest mistake you had ever made in your life. So now
Wait.
And he gestures to the others right next to him. My best friends here are going to delight in kicking your ass.
Oh,
Jesus
shit.
Christ.
Right, well, yeah, okay. This is why I'm glad I've got tiles.
Save those for actual combat.
Who hasn't rolled initiative yet? Wayne.
Me.
Yeah, roll initiative. Arrow, I need you to roll initiative, and Orchid, if you can roll initiative as well.
Today?
Okay.
Not bad.
Keep rolling. What?
Arrow got an 18. It's a nice one. You are pretty much all spread out quite nicely in the initiative order.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense for us to do that like this.
Yeah. Okay, so as you say that, Nova, you hear the telltale sound of Orchid's sniper shot. A bolt of high impact pink energy streams towards the other turret and absolutely obliterates it. It's a small so I need to measure it.
Explosion radius.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Small one, so that's about 15. So that's 14. That's 16. It's not. Is that in? What I need to do now is I need to make sure that is in it. Yeah, it does. It's in.
Yep.
Yeah, it reaches its map tile, so that's fine. Yeah, cool, awesome. I now need to roll to see how much damage that is going to do. What did I set that as? Oh yes, toughness value. Can you see the numbers on the combat tracker, by the way? Do you have the combat tracker, or is that just something I've got?
I think
I
just
don't
some
see any
I think it's-
pop-ups on my screen.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think it's just
That's
you.
fine. That's fine. I've managed to I managed to configure it so that I can see their toughness on the combat tracker, but not their evasion, so I don't have to keep looking back and forth. It's fine. Sweet. How did I rule this the last time? Memory doesn't serve me. So that's the wall. So this is now blown up. Aha, I love having tiles to build my maps with. It is very good. And you are now... that is... Okay, don't crash. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. Thank you. I will go to my lovely special effect thing. And...
Damage-wise, if you're using vehicle explosions and it is a 15-foot radius, the damage should be 2d2.
Yep. So, you see that?
Yep, I see it.
Little fireball.
Yeah.
I'm using special effects. I can do that now. Aha. That's there. You said it was 2d2, right? Slash roll.
Yeah, that's the common long size class.
Can't roll 2d2, so I'll just roll a d4. Whatever reason. Roll 1. I see, hang on. 1. 2d2. There we go. 3 damage total. You're not gonna bloody believe this, but the Quadrifighter and both cogs are utterly annihilated.
And the Quadrifighter blows up.
And the Quadrifighter is blown up and is now... Probably shouldn't have taken it off the map, actually, because it's big enough to become something else, so I'll add that back. So we'll put him back there. He's just... destroyed, more or less. Click. Yes, so that rings out. It blows up the turret on that side, and you are now left with this flaming death turret over here. Congratulations, Orchid. You just got a 3 kill.
Triple kill.
Darkonda kind of ducks down.
No, wait. Wouldn't it be quadruple because of the turret as well?
Yeah, kind of. So yes, Darkonda kind of like ducks his head down as if to say, what? Then looks back to you and says, destroy them! And the Quadrifighters and everything in and around you attempt to engage you all in battle. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where this week's episode of Power Rangers CyberStrike ends.
It would be.
It would be, yes, just before we come to a large fight. Yeah.
We end with something badass. I can't really be mad about that.
This is like the scene prior to all of this, back in the hangar. In typical JRPG form. That would have been the you are about to embark on a series of battles and there is no turning back type of deal.
Yeah, 100%.
Wait. So is this like the A team where it's like they're explaining the plan, but it's happening as they're explaining it?
Could be.
Yeah, very, very well could be.
So here's the plan.
There is no plan. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in to this week's episode of Power Rangers CyberStrike. We hope you enjoyed, and we are getting into the nitty-gritty of this arc right now. With a bunch of stuff that's going on. I need to put some flames down. I'm doing this off camera because, there. Why won't you go to the foreground? I make this a little higher. Aha! I'm smart. Yeah, I've learned how to do a couple of things on Boundary, which are kind of fun. But yeah, so thank you very much for tuning in to this week's episode of Power Rangers CyberStrike. Hopefully, we will be back. The words. We will be back with you next week. Yes, praying nothing else happens. We can get into this. Is it the climactic battle? Is it not the climactic battle? You'll have to tune in to find out. One thing I can
prelude to the climatic battle.
Let's see. So, but yes. Thank you very much for tuning in. While I take a look to see who's online that we can raid, we will do some quick and concise goodbyes, and send you all on your way.
I will say above game, if we want to raid them, considering what happened this past Friday, or this past Saturday or Sunday, whatever it was, Zyme is on.
What happened?
Flashbang. Or sorry, Warzone. That's right, Warzone. So Monday.
Warzone on Monday.
I was thinking. I had flashbang brain. Ignore me.
I don't know what happened on Monday. I don't watch Warzone, but yeah, Zyme's the only one that's online on my list. So, and we usually.
Let's see. I have.
Yes. Okay.
I have Zyme, Ethernet cable, Bracky, yada yada.
Yeah, I got. Yeah, I'll go for Zyme. But yeah. Okay. So. Choco, who are you? Where can they find you?
Hello, I'm Chocolate Zombie 101. You can find me all over social media as any form of Chocolate Zombie 101. I stream on Twitch. Tuesdays you can find me, Draco Magnus, and Royal Hoshi on our respective channels, playing through Baldur's Gate 3. Our typical bi-weekly D&D campaign, Face of Our Lives, is currently going to be on a bit of a hiatus while our DM, Mellow Ninja, is unfortunately going through some health issues. So we wish him well in his recovery. What we decide to do in that time frame, I guess stay tuned. Probably make it a party stream, do an every other week type of deal with that. We'll see what happens. Wednesdays, you can find me here. And then later tonight and every Wednesday night, you can find me and Deluna over on twitch.tv/Draco Magnus for our Curse of Strahd campaign, where we're basically going through the final dungeon and looking for old Lord Moldy Button himself. And then Thursdays,
Lord Moldy Butt?
when
Quick and concise, guys.
Lord Moldy Butt. And then Thursdays, when we have people and time, we do party streams on Draco's channel. And then Fridays, you find me as Graven Freakin' Allen over on twitch.tv/UnweirBosco for our Friday Night Flashbang, part of the Multiverse Nexus Wrestling Fed.
Fantastic, fantastic. Cryptic, who are you? Where can they find you?
I am Cryptic Cygen. You can find me at twitch.tv/CryptCygen. Later tonight, I will be hosting World Domination Wrestling early because I will be at All in Texas.
I'm not jealous or anything.
Awesome.
Oh,
awesome,
good.
Awesome. Deluna, who are you? Where can they find you?
Hello, my name is Deluna13. You can find me on Blue Sky, YouTube, and Twitch at Deluna13. Things are happening in the background. I am possibly going to be doing something that might make it where I can stream again. I will keep you guys posted on that when I have that update. But for now, you'll find me tomorrow on Draco Magnus' channel, like Chaco mentioned, and yeah, that's all I'm gonna announce for now, because obviously we don't really know what we're doing coming soon. So this was a great session. I'm thankful that you guys let me do that that the jump down because I was like, I wanted Nova to do that since me and Twitch decided Darkon was going to be the one that he was going to be the main villain for him.
And it is your arc. Well, not technically, it is the Blue Ranger arc, but yes, fantastic, awesome. Hardlock, who are you? Where can they find you?
I am the internet's Mr. Hardlock. You can find me on the internet at such places as twitch.tv/Mr. Hardlock. I haven't been streaming in a while, but due to recent life events, I may try to get back into it. I'm also going to try to get back into DJing. I'm actually a goth industrial DJ. A lot of people don't know that. Here in Cleveland. Otherwise, you can find my real life professional exploits as a wrestler, the classiest man in the multiverse, Scott E. Stevens. You can look up my name on Facebook and YouTube, and also check out my home promotion, the RCW Rubber City Wrestling Network on YouTube. You can see some of my old matches, some of my new matches. Go watch them. They're terrible.
Awesome, awesome. Roto, who are you? Where can they find you?
You can find me on Blue Sky and YouTube at Rosoryu. That is ROSOHRYU. For the icons that you've seen at the bottom of the screen and some of the icons on the battle map, those are the artwork that is done by me. For Mondays, you can find me on twitch.tv/Dr_Caliban as R. Sawyer, the Undisputed Future. For Cryptic's show, WDW, you can find me there as Debug. For here, you can find me as playing as Dwayne Caruso. The bi-weekly game Outlaws Gambit, I'm gonna say is gonna be on a hiatus as well for the same reason that Choco's campaign has said for Phase of Our Lives. It is to do with the health of Melon Ninja, and hope he gets better soon. And yeah, that's about it.
Awesome, awesome. And finally, Tom, who are you? Where can they find you?
I'm Tom. You'll find me here next session.
And as I always say, Tom is also the artist that did all the artwork that is scrolling across your screen right now. You ever need anything Toku related, check them out on their socials, the Dynamo Tom. They're easy to find. And of course, I am Twitch the Person. I am the Game Master and overall creator of the Power Rangers CyberStrike campaign. You can find all of my exploits on my social medias. Just look for Twitch the Person. That's on Blue Sky and the site that shall not be named. You can also find all my old YouTube videos here on my YouTube. There's a link underneath. Oh, wow. That command's not working. Oh, something I'll have to go and look and fix. Unless it's supposed to be a capital. Oh, there it is. You can find all the links down below the stream, or you can click on the YouTube link there. That'll take you to my channel. You'll find all of the episodes of the current Power Rangers CyberStrike campaign up to episode, I believe, 51, with the rest going up at some point this week when I get around to it. I also stream other things here on my channel, so keep an eye out for those. And yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. Like I said, now we're going to go raid up my good friend Zymersite. Stay safe, everyone. Stay classy. Be kind. And remember, if you can't be kind, just keep it to yourself. And as always, may the power protect you.
And
Hail
help
Pigeon.
And hail Pigeon. Cheers, guys.
Hail
See ya.
Pigeon. Later, everybody.